So yeah, guys, we're at Sachs Bridge. I'll turn things around here so you can see this. So this place is beautiful. And then there's Tucker. He's thinking about jumping in. So guys, this is Sachs Bridge. Supposed to be one of the biggest hot spots here in Gettysburg. And this bridge was here during the Civil War. It actually was, and I'm sorry about this, but I think it was like 50 to 75 yards further up. I'm thinking that used to be, if you can see where it stops at right there, probably where the bridge originally sat during the Civil War. So what happened was they had a flood in early 1900s and it pushed over the bridge. But everything you see in here, from the trusses up here down to the floor, everything other than the bolts is actually all original. Obviously they put in, asphalt. Maybe they had asphalt back then, I don't know. No. So what the story is behind this is that they made a gentleman's agreement, the North and the South did, that if the South got back to this bridge and crossed it, that they would no longer be chased by the North, the Union. Now, this over here, the house that you see right there, that was used as a makeshift field hospital after Pickett's charge, actually. So that place right there, it's actually private, right there, private residence. That place I'd like to get into, but obviously I don't think allow anymore. So down here, as you see, there's a little dam right there. All through these woods right here, the day before the first battle of Gettysburg, they had no idea. There was an encampment here, and it was written that Sherman was here, and I believe this is where, I can't remember his name now. Anyhow, what happened was two of them met here, the younger guys. Now they had kids in here, man, that were like 15, 16 years old that took off with the Army as flag bearers and also drummers. They were not allowed to carry a weapon until they were either 17 or showed that they were man enough to carry a weapon. So anyhow, what is written and what is known about this area is that most all of the young troops were brought here, as boys would do at that age. They said they were jumping in and out of the water, they're swimming, they're having a good time, and they end up getting in a lot of trouble because their superior says they're going to know where we're at. Hi, honey. There's my lovely gal. So anyhow, what ends up happening is that after Pickett's charge, they start retreating. They get back to this bridge, and I don't know where Tucker went. The hell did Tucker go? I don't know. I've lost Tucker. Tucker! I don't know. He's walking around. He's all excited, missing. But I'll let him know. So what ends up happening here? Oh, there he is. And see where he went. But anyhow, what ends up happening is they make a makeshift hospital as well. And if you can see, there's a guy down there walking. So right in there, he's pretty close to the encampment. Missy and I actually were here last weekend on Sunday, and got an awesome EVP. And yeah, Mike, they got him. So anyhow, the encampment was there prior to the war. They come back after Pickett's charge, and they end up, a lot of amputations were done down here where that guy's at. skipping rocks there, back in that area and around the corner. And what ends up happening is the Union did not abide by the gentleman's agreement. They end up coming across the bridge. They go over. Now, it could be mercy killings that they did, because they come up on them doing amputations, come up on them doing, with wounded lying around and stuff like that. They end up turning around. Maddie says, hey.
Hola.
And so they end up pretty much shooting a bunch of them, captured some of them. And like I said, nobody really knows if it was mercy killings, but regardless, they, they ended up not going by the agreement. They did take a bunch of guys. They captured a bunch of them here, took them prisoner, and the rest of them were just laid where they were shot at, and left, left to die. But I'm sure 90% of them were already probably on that train to there before, they even showed up. So a lot of death here, and this is all written history. This is actually known stuff. You can speculate. A lot of people tell a lot of different things here. Be honest with you, Mr. Mark Nesbitt, kind of the godfather of paranormal here, him and I have done a lot of talking. Him and I are pretty cool and stuff like that when it comes to him giving me a lot of info. But his office manager, Kayla, she is one of my closest friends, and all this info came from stuff that he did years of research on. So yeah, definitely pretty cool. So hold on here. So anyhow, yeah, as you can tell, it is hot out. Anyway, yeah, I think Tucker's still alive, so I still have a ride out of here. I was hoping that at least they would leave the keys to the truck, if nothing else. That's bad. I shouldn't be like that. Where's he at? He's still back there. So yeah, man, it is warm today. Beautiful though. But this place, Matt, Mike, you've never been here, but Missy has. So hold on a second. Oh, he's right beside me. So anyhow, if you want to stick with me a second. So there is another thing down here that has been written in books. They have a graph, I guess you could say. So when they buried the dead, right where they were shot at, where they died at, they made what they called Elliot's map. And Elliot's map, oh my, cool. Elliot's map shows all the makeshift burial plots that they made. They had to make a map of it because they knew that most likely family would come around trying to want to dig up, their relatives, stuff like that. So on Elliot's map, it is written what they call the hanging tree. Now the hanging tree was not where they hung anybody. All these people want to talk about people were hung here at Sachs Bridge. That is not true. There is no, if it did happen, there's no record. But they do know that when this area was occupied by Native Americans, and they do know that when they came in, our great federal government, as usual, when they came in to take over the area, they did unfortunately kill a lot of the Indians around here, Native Americans, I should say. This is the hanging tree. Mark and I talked about this quite extensively, and yes, this is on record that this tree was used to take the lives of some Native Americans, which is unfortunate. So this is a lot of energy, I'm sure, around this. And so now we're getting into the area that started the encampment. Mike will laugh on this, but they've had several psychics down here. Ones that are pretty decent, ones that don't, like, yeah, I mean, I can't really get into it, but you guys, if you know Mike and I, you know how we feel about psychics. But every single one of them pretty much hit the same things. We're talking about what they were picking up, what was going on. And they said that this is the area where the encampments started. So we do know that. Outside of that, Missy, we're not going to make that mistake again and get, you remember that, honey? So her and I took off down that way with her. I took off with her down this way to, I think I was taking her down to where we know where they laid some of the dead at. And I take this route, and it ended up being nowhere. And what's up, James? Mike said he was grabbed down here. Hopefully they didn't hurt you, Mikey. You remember that, baby? She remembers that. But anyhow, while Tucker is enjoying the dam, that's a dam. I'm going to bust my butt. So I'm going down to where, oh, that was quote. I got you. Oh, I understand now, Mike. JK, I was grabbed. He said I'm not that lucky. I understand. So this here, we're walking into what we absolutely know was the encampment. There's some people down here, so I don't want to interrupt them. But this is where Missy and I were at last Sunday. And she's still on here, so she will tell you. So what ends up happening is I get a pretty good EVP saying, help me. That was one thing that we got. But the crazy thing is back in here, there is nothing but what you see in front of me for miles. You know, I've been back certain little trails, but they just end up coming to spots that you just can't, that's not passable. And we heard people yelling like they were in distress. If you're still on here, Missy, I don't know if you can back that up, but that's kind of what I took it as on, was that it sounded like people were in distress, like kind of yelling for help, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll walk up here, but I won't say a whole lot. Like I said, I don't want to interrupt anybody. And almost did it back. So let's see. So yeah, if you look down through here, this would have been where they absolutely down through here. That's where they did that. We heard, yeah, like a dog yelping. I understand. Yep, you're exactly right. But yeah, and it's pretty cool because, like I said, my best friend Kayla, when her and I come down here, and you know, Trevor's been down, you know, and Eric, her husband, and a lot of, as you can tell, this is a waterway. When it floods, they obviously get water through here. We have found all kinds of artifact stuff. I found Indian heads here, plenty of bullets, and I've almost made the mistake carrying them out of here. and decided to not do that. So yeah, we definitely have found some really cool stuff here. So guys, I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I know my Missy is in Michigan. She is missed and loved, and safe trips back tomorrow, hun. Can't wait for you to get back. Mike, brother, we need to get together soon, man. I miss you, most definitely. Things are good in life. Hoping to, get out and about a lot sooner. Been going through a few things, but nothing we can't handle. So, anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing a live here in a little while about some of the stuff we had happen last night. I don't even know how to start about last night's investigation, because it ended up not really being an investigation and more of a wow, how can I put it, a homecoming. So that'll kind of tell you what's up with things. Yeah, I miss you too, hon. I really do. Usually Missy and I are out doing something this time of the week, and she's out and about, so I know she's having a good time with family and stuff, and that's awesome. It's what makes us feel much better. But yeah, so I am absolutely almost, if I wasn't in Tucker's truck, I would absolutely think about maybe going head first into this stuff. Because it doesn't that, hold on, doesn't that look like the most, well, if you were here, you'd understand. That looks like the most inviting thing right now, because it is warm here and sweating it up. But yeah, super stud. Look at him. Kind of reminds me of a coach or something like that, looking out. Game plan. So now my phone is stuck. So hopefully you guys are still hearing me. Aha! So anyhow, Mike, miss you. See you soon. James Ash, I think he's already off here. Not sure who else came on. Missy, I love you. And I will definitely be talking to you, I'm sure, here in a little while. And yeah, so some exciting news next weekend. So obviously next weekend is the anniversary of the Gettysburg battle, and I get to come down. So Missy, myself, her daughter Maddie, my friends from Penn Paranormal, Mary Jo, Chudley, and Bill, who I can't wait to see. They're coming down from Philly, and they're bringing Melissa Norton, who's a good friend. Can't wait to see her as well. And then Pam and Steve Barry from the Ghost Exchange. They're having a private event at the Jenny Wade house. Definitely will, Mike, thanks. The Jenny Wade house, so the 3rd of July is when Jenny was killed by a stray bullet. And we get to investigate the Jenny Wade house on the anniversary of her death. And it's just a few of the people that I call family, definitely. And Mike, all the prayers you can throw at me, man. And that young lady above you, Missy, that's the one you've been hearing about. So prayers for her for safe travels tomorrow. And I hope she has a blast for her remaining time in Michigan. And guys, we appreciate you listening in. And love all of you, you know that. And I'll be back on here in a little bit to talk about last night. We're kind of moving on. I'm going to take Tucker over to Suicide Bridge. Mike's probably not, you wouldn't be happy with me going to that one. But we're going to go by there for a second. And, yeah, that almost went. And then probably go check out a little bit more of the battlefield. And yeah, you stink, Missy. Stink, stink, stink. But I got Mr. G's here, so best ice cream around. So definitely we'll be doing it, and looking forward to it. And yeah, guys, so see you later, hun. Mike, talk to you soon. And yeah, Mr. G's, we're getting some next weekend. Yep, you buying. But yeah, guys, see you soon. Baby, love you. Mike, love you. I don't know who the third person is. If it's still Walter, what's up? If it's James, love you, man. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Have fun. Talk to you.